There's a talking point I see used more and more frequently as our medium progresses. It irritates me to no end, especially as it comes from a hypocritical place. I'm talking about the phrase, "make your own challenge." This is often said, in quite a few variations, to casually dismiss anyone who complains a game isn't challenging enough for them. After all, can't the player just assign their own limitations? Why do they need the game to do it for them? This mindset inherently misunderstands what design even is, which is a big problem because design is everywhere. Not just in games, but every program you use, your instant messenger, even the language you speak. Design is something that's used to pull a person's attention in a particular direction, or to incite a particular emotional response, or encourage a particular behavior or train of thought. Everything from your phone's user interface to the very specific vocabulary you're taught in school is designed to lead you somewhere. I engage in games explicitly to see their design. I enjoy dissecting it, figuring out why it does or doesn't work, and hopefully even finding enjoyment in said design for its own purposes. Now, most modern games propose to be designed for everyone. There's nothing inherently wrong with that, but for everyone is a big umbrella. In video games, challenging design used to be the default, but as the medium expanded, what qualifies as challenging became more and more lenient, until there's virtually no reason to focus on the demographic I belong to anymore outside of niche titles. So why can't I just make my own challenge instead? Well, because most people function best within systems, schedules, structures, and general societal boundaries. Since many of us no longer live in a world where it's necessary to fight for survival, we've created countless systems to keep us productive, keep us happy, and to prevent us from utter lethargy. Game design is no different. If a game's design is too lenient, people who are invigorated by challenge will often not challenge themselves. Some of them will, sure, but most of them will instead opt for the easy way out, because we're psychologically predisposed to. That's what I did in Sonic Frontiers. The moment I learned you could bypass every gameplay challenge by fishing, I bolted for the fishing minigame and fished my way to victory. Was it boring? Yes, but it would also be a waste of my time to do it any other way. I'm trying to engage with the world this game presented, and in this world, I'm trying to save my friends. If I can save my friends by fishing for a few hours, that's a lot better than risking my life, or anyone else's, in life-or-death platforming and combat struggles. I feel actively punished for thinking about the game like an experience because of how unbalanced this design is. I'm buying into its setting and mechanics, and I'm not being rewarded for it. Then there are the S-rank times in the actual platforming stages. S-ranks in Sonic used to be challenging. I used to gain enjoyment from S-ranking stages in Sonic games. Now I don't anymore. Something is being actively taken from me and given to people who never really showed interest in it previously. All this could easily be solved, as with most of these problems, by simply making hard mode actually hard. Make the S-rank requirements more strict, make the enemies more resistant to move spam, remove the ability to grind by drawing loops in the ground and fishing. Do something. Hard mode was so dead simple that I can't even fathom what normal and easy must have been like. I chose every available option to make the game more challenging, and none of them seemed to impact much at all. This is a problem for folks like me who are seeing less and less of the design they love. There have been countless times playing a modern game where I immediately chose the highest difficulty and either found it too easy or found that it wasn't balanced for any kind of challenge to begin with. I'm actively incapable of enjoying certain works which are supposedly made for everyone as a result. And asking for them to be made more challenging is just as valid as asking for them to be made easier. If you found a game too hard, and you were upset you couldn't see the ending, so I told you to make your own victory, would you accept that? I don't think you would. I think you'd be insulted. To begin with, I scoff at the idea that art should categorically be made for everyone. I think artists should be able to make the art how they see fit, first and foremost. But if you, personally, do believe that art should be made for everyone, make sure you know what that actually entails.